thing because this whole entire brand new month is coming up, and I wanted to do a tarot card pull for each month, just to kind of get an idea of what's going to happen for everybody underneath, each zodiac sign. I do want to mention, and I'll mention it again, that I am starting a new YouTube channel. It's basically Pansy's Paranormal True Stories. I kind of figured that my true stories, my paranormal long videos and stuff, kind of need their own standalone channel. So I'm going to continue to do my tarot readings, my shorts, and all that right here, right where we are right now. And I'm going to start putting my series of stories, longer videos and so forth on that channel. So go subscribe. It's all set up and whatnot, and I'll be dropping videos into that very soon. I'm trying to decide which story I should start with because I've got several that are really good. I've got stories about, family members and so forth, that friends of family that have, passed away and then come to me with messages for other family members, people I had never even met before. One of them stayed with me for about 3 months, and another one stayed with me for almost a year. So those are pretty exciting stories. So let's get on with this tarot reading. So let's see what we have here. First one I'm going to do is Capricorn, of course. And so let's see what the cards have to say for Capricorn today. So for Capricorn, for the month of April, looks like we have the Three of Swords. So it looks like you're coming out of kind of a heartache kind of situation, and hopefully something new is going to be coming with the spring season. I'm really sorry to hear that you've had some rough times, but hopefully, this will be the end of it, and, you'll be able to move forward, and that'll be really beautiful for you, hon. The second one that we're going to do is Aquarius, and let's see what Aquarius has. Oops, that's too many. The Eight of Cups. So, looks like, maybe you're walking away from something big. It's a whole change of venue for you this month, Aquarius. So the month of April is going to be full of big changes, some big decisions that you've been thinking about making, and you're finally at that tipping point where you're ready to go for it. And I see it working out very well for you, hon. So good luck, Aquarius. It's looking good. So the next one, let's see. Let's do Pisces. What does Pisces have to say for us today? The Five of Swords. So Pisces, it looks like you've been having some conflict in some of your relationships. What are you going to do about that? Like this whole new month is coming up. We're in a whole new spring season and stuff. It's looking like, the conflicts need to be resolved. And so it's time to start working through that. So good luck, Pisces. Hopefully, things, start to work out and go a little bit smoother for you. I'm getting like long-term relationship ending. Getting ready to go through a divorce. And I'm really sorry to hear that for you, Pisces. But, every door that closes, a new one opens. And so, maybe getting out of a stale and kind of stagnant relationship, it can actually be the best opportunity for you. And so I hope that helps, to have a little bit of inspiration because, I understand that, being in long-term relationships and whatnot, it's hard to move on. But you've got the power and the strength. You can do this, Pisces. And so let's see what Aries has to say today. What's up for Aries for the month of, well, it's your birth month. Happy birthday, Aries. Let's see. Ooh, for Aries, we have the Page of Pentacles. That's really cool. That's all about new beginnings. So what you got going on this month, Aries? Looks like you've got some new beginnings. Maybe you're looking into starting a new job. and you know, the financial aspects are really going to start taking off for you. I'm really happy for you, Aries. This is going to be beautiful, and you have an absolutely happy, wonderful birthday. Okay. And so next we have Taurus. Let's see what's going to happen for Taurus in the month of April here. Let's see. Ooh, for Taurus, we have the Knight of Cups. And for the Knight of Cups, you know, we're looking at some interesting artistic opportunities for you, Taurus, you know. So what are you looking into? Are you getting into photography maybe? I'm seeing some new adventures, you know, going out on some trips and maybe doing some really cool artistic things with your photography. So, you know, enjoy that. Have a good time. Take your spouse with you, you know, and maybe go out for a romantic weekend. You know, I think that that would be really good for you and for your spouse. And take your camera along because you never know when you're going to see Sasquatch in the woods. So that's just what the universe is telling me today. So you take care and have a good month, Taurus. Next we have Gemini. Let's see what's happening for Gemini in the month of April. And then after this, I'm also going to pull some oracle cards, you know, just to kind of to wrap things up and whatnot. So let's see. For the month of April, ooh, this is looking beautiful for you, Gemini. Looks like Gemini is going to have some wish fulfillment. Something you've been looking really forward to is going to actually start to come to fruition for you. So, you know, I'm seeing, you know, maybe a new romantic relationship that you've been kind of, you know, working kind of slowly with and whatnot. I see it starting to rev up and, you know, start moving forward. I think this is going to be absolutely amazing for you, Gemini. So you have a beautiful April and enjoy that spring weather. Next, next we have Cancer. Let's see what's happening for Cancer in the month of April. Ooh, we have the Ace of Wands. This is going to be a very creative month for you. This is going to be beautiful, Cancer. So what is it that you've been working on? I know Taurus is, you know, doing some, you know, going out and doing some photography and stuff like that. What are you working on, Cancer? You know, it's going to be a very creative month for you. You're going to learn some new things, and moving forward, they're really going to help you out. Maybe it's some new things at your job. So good luck with that, Cancer. And next we have Virgo. And what's happening for you, Virgo? The Four of Pentacles. So Virgo, looks like you have, and this doesn't surprise me, kind of a strong need for control, you know, over some stability issues and so forth. Maybe there's some financial things that have been kind of making you feel a little bit in a state of upheaval. Well, that's going to start, you know, mellowing out for you this month, Virgo. You know, you got this. You know, I know that Virgos kind of are, you know, need for control freaks just a little bit. Don't take that the wrong way. But, you know, I love you all dearly. You know, I have a daughter who's a Virgo, so I completely understand. And especially when it comes to finances and being on time, you know, I know that it's very important to you to have kind of an iron grip on that, you know, but you got to kind of hold on to it loosely, but don't let go. I know it's shameless plug from an 80s song, but you know, it's true. You got to, you know, just kind of let it happen. So anyway, it'll be okay though, Virgo, you know, you got this, and just, you know, it'll happen. It's going to come around for you probably about mid-month. So whatever it is that's been having you stressed out and whatnot, give it a couple more weeks and things are going to start to mellow out for you, okay? And so next we're going to move on to Leo. Let's see what we have going on for our Leos this month. Four of Cups. So maybe you missed some opportunities on, you know, Leo. It looks like, you know, that something you really wanted kind of slipped through your fingers a little bit. but that's going to be okay too. Again, I can see around mid-month or so, some new opportunities are going to arise that are going to look even better than the thing that you missed out on that you thought was kind of, like the end of it. And, maybe it's a new relationship or something, but, um, it's coming. So, like I said, around mid-month, things are going to start looking up for you, Leo. So, next we have our Libras. Let's see what's going on for our Libras this month. Ooh, the Star card. So, there's going to be some spiritual inspiration going on for you this month, Libra. Um, you know, it, I can see some deep, profound things that you've been working on that are really going to start just coming together for you, and it's going to be really beautiful. Maybe you're working on writing something. I'm seeing a book, or maybe you're working on some social media stuff. But it's going to really click. Whatever it is that you've been working on, this spiritual thing is really going to click for you this month. So good luck with that, Libra. Let's see what we have going on for our Scorpios. Let's see, a couple more shuffles here. The Six of Swords. Okay, so let's see. The Six of Swords for Scorpio. Looks like you're moving away from something, hon. It looks like you've had a rough couple of months, Scorpio. Your waters have been very choppy and so forth, but coming into the spring season, coming into, April and May, you're really going to be able to get into those calmer waters. You're going to be able to dock the boat, and get onto that nice warm beach and enjoy the sun, if that makes sense. I know this is kind of metaphorical, but it's really going to just mellow out for you this month, Scorpio, and some of that, just winter slog energy and stuff is just going to melt away, and you're going to be okay. And I'm seeing some really good things turning about, like around the third week or so of April for you. You're going to get some good news. Something's going to come along that you weren't necessarily anticipating, but it's going to be just like, ee! And so it's going to be really good. So all of those choppy waters and stuff are really going to smooth out for you, Scorpio. I'm really happy for you. And then lastly, we have Sagittarius. Let's see what's happening for our Sagittarius this month. We have the Six of Pentacles. And so some financial stuff has been going on for you. Maybe it hasn't been happening as quickly as you want, but you're going to get a leg up from somebody in your sphere, in your realm, that's really going to help you move forward, get you kind of out of that rut that you've been in. I'm seeing, maybe like within the first 10 days or so of this month, there's something that's really going to transition in your financial sphere. So it's been, again, kind of a rough winter and so forth, but there's somebody in your life, somebody that's close to you, that's going to really help get you going, just give you that little push that you really need to just start flying, and you're going to do so well, hon, and you're going to be very happy with the results. So it's going to be a good spring for you too, Sagittarius. So let me just pull a couple of oracle cards real quick. Let's see what the universe has to say before we wrap this up. Like I said, this was just kind of an impromptu thing. I felt the universe telling me to, pull a card for each zodiac sign, and just kind of see what's happening for the month. And so, I hope that you've enjoyed this so far. Gentle integration, embodiment, alignment, and wholeness. Healing is not fixing, it's remembering your shape. So a lot of healing energy going on in this upcoming month. It's really going to be inspiring. You know, spring is inspiring already as it is, you know, with the flowers blooming. You know, I'm sure you can see this beautiful tree behind me. I love that tree. Yeah, that's why I enjoy sitting out here and doing this because that tree is just so beautiful. You know, so yeah, you know, work on aligning, you know, some things, work on, you know, just feeling good. You know, allow yourself to feel good about things. You know, even when things are rough, even when things are kind of just not feeling great and stuff. I know that sounds silly, but it's okay, you know. Like my grandpa always used to say, keep your chin up when things are looking down, and also, you know, no closed door is the end. There's always a door that'll open down the hall. So I hope that this was inspiring for you today. And like I said, I am starting a whole new YouTube channel, and it is going to be really cool. That's where I'm going to put all of my true paranormal stories. So I really hope that you'll start subscribing there because I'm going to start dropping those videos very soon. They are going to be, you know, my true lived paranormal experiences. I'm going to be talking about, you know, psychic experiences and premonitions and dreams that I've had that have come true. You know, spirits of, you know, family and friends and relatives and so forth that have come to me with, you know, whole entire things to tell others, you know, and that's where, you know, it really gets interesting. So I hope that you'll join me. Please go over and subscribe to my new channel. You know, it's Pansy McGee, you know, psychic, Gen X grandma, you know, paranormal true stories, you know, and I'll put a link in the description box. So please go subscribe. You're going to love it. And, you know, like and subscribe here. I'm going to continue to do my tarot shorts here and, you know, my tarot readings probably once or twice a week for, you know, a little bit longer, more in depth readings. So I guess that's pretty much everything for today. You take care. You have a great day. Have a great month. And I will be back again very soon. You take care. Oh, yeah. And buy the cat counselor treat if you feel like giving back. Bye. Let's see. How do we? Nope. That's just great.